Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Paddy. There's a One Bro, episode 28 of Fear the One Bro. Laura's here.
I'm here.
You alright?
Yeah. Can we have a look at your pouches in a minute?
Weird start. I mean,
I noticed them as you weren't shrunken. So.
my weird pouches.
Wait, I don't think I've seen you wear this belt before.
I wear this outfit all the time.
Okay, well, I've just noticed the pouches are all kind of cool. Okay.
That's as good as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So hi, welcome aboard. We're gonna keep going in that upper cathedral today.
Okay.
Oh, my doll fell asleep because I have zero insight.
Oh.
Because I spended it all. So last time I made a fuck up. So I've been off. I thought I'd grind the area out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there were some werewolves there that dropped chunks. And I always need chunks, so I thought I'd grind a few chunks out. In like 2 hours, I got like 2 chunks at that, so I didn't. It was not very good, and I did die a few times.
Go on then.
There's the PS4 wearing up, so sorry everyone that noise, but there it is. I died 14 times.
That's a lot.
It was bad.
Not very good. It's very, very bad.
Fairly shocking.
Very, very bad.
It was very, very bad. And I did pick something up as well, by accident. So there's, up the top of the stairs, 2 brain suckers near the door where I got the make contact gesture.
Okay.
Okay. You kill one of them, and it gives you a key.
Okay.
The furthest one drops a key, which is this key, the orphanage key.
Okay.
Key to the orphanage, which is where we were. Birthplace of the choir. Shadowed by the Grand Cathedral was a place of scholarship and blah 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 blah, where young orphans became potential unseen thinkers for their healing church. It's gross, right? It's gross. I just need to resort my items out because I'm doing different things than I wanted to now. So that can come on.
Well, while you're faffing, would you like a fact?
Go on, chuck a fact at me.
Fact. With
that one as well.
So, Scribble Knots. First one. That was like a, what? I want to say a Wii game? DS?
Scribble Knots was... Ooh, that's a good question.
I'm pretty sure it was on the Wii.
I'm going to say I think you're right.
Anyway.
Where the fuck's this?
So, you can have lots of fun combinations in doing stuff. So, you know, match 2 things together and see what happens. Apparently, you could glue meat onto the back of a lion and it would eat itself.
That's horrible.
I know, right? They didn't find that the AI had done this until very, very late in or sorting it out. But
lion like meat. Meat is lion. Lion meat.
Yeah, a lion would just eat himself. I know, right?
How horrible.
I know. There's your fact.
So we're going to sack off all these idiots again.
Okay.
Don't need to fight them. And we're going to avoid this loser. This guy got me quite a few times. Have I even got my gun out? Yes, I do. Whoa. I do fear him quite a lot.
Do you fear the Reaper?
I do fear the Reaper. Just like Seasons. Seasons don't fear the Reaper. Nor do the wind or the sun or the rain. Ugh. Right. Bolt paper. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Stab. Transform. 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 Another transform. Move out the way. Oh, what?!
Oh.
Well, this is what happened to me a lot. And there's no coming back from this. At level 4, he... Oh... It's happening again.
At least you didn't have any insight to lose, right?
No, that's fine. He's sucked no insight out of me for the last hour or so. Did you want a question while I try and get past this shit again?
Yes, always, yes.
Because I asked for some more questions. I got a few. Right. It's a good one from Martin Charlton. This will keep you busy. This will keep you busy for a bit, and it involves less thinking on my part because I can let you talk for a while.
Okay.
So PS5 just came out.
Yes.
What's your favourite game on each PlayStation?
I'm sure we've discussed this before.
I don't care. Let's see if it's any different.
PlayStation 1? Probably something like...
Oh my god.
The the first Spyro.
First Spyro. Interesting.
It's just a fun game. There's nothing too incredibly hard on it. You know, it's not too long. But yeah, I played it on the remake. Quite happy to sit there and go, and even doing like through the remake, I would quite happily play Spyro. Not so much the others, just on a whim.
As you argued with Ellie last night a bit, which is funny.
So yeah, possibly Spyro 1.
Uh-huh.
On the PS2, it would probably have to be something like Final Fantasy X.
Already taking hits.
Again, there's quite a lot that were like big hitters on the 2. So there was like, for me, things like Folklore. There was Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. Laura, I'm doing something very dangerous here.
So what?
I'm just going to fucking run past.
Cool, okay.
This shit.
I also really like Final Fantasy XII. I know a lot of people don't like it. But I quite liked a lot of the mechanics and the characters.
Oh shit, it worked. Yeah.
So, in the world, the soundtrack.
Laura, I've made a mistake.
Yeah. Run.
There is a lever I've got to hit. Oh! Nice!
Cool.
So this here
is
the front gate.
Oh, okay.
So I can just never go in there ever again.
Good.
Thank Christ. I can just get on with my life.
I'd say, like, Zone of the Enders is a big one that I remember, like, having kind of a fairly big impact. Like the first one. So yeah, I'd probably say, like, Final Fantasy X. Like I said, I remember vividly seeing first time I saw the trailer with Otherworld pop up, and you were like, "Fuck me, I'm getting this!"
Yeah.
It was just awesome.
Hey, Laura.
What? I know where we are.
It's time for a boss fight.
Isn't this one of the boss fights that you really shouldn't lose, because if you do, you just suck Lord?
And I'm going to try it in a jippy way as well.
Oh, okay.
Right, that's the one I want. That's the one I want. Right. I want to avoid all these idiots. And I'm going to... Nope! Right, now hit him. Hit him! Hit him! Oh, Laura, it's working. Laura! It's working! Are they still going to slap him? Are they still fighting him?
I think so.
I only got the one out of that. Oh, okay.
You should have waited till he transformed. So yeah, again, it's probably harder for the PS2 than it probably is any of the other consoles.
Because it's got such a good library.
Yeah, again, there was a lot of ones that you like made, because there was such a jump from like PS1, where it was still quite a lot of pixel games, and the odd 3D games that were...
Oh wait, they respawn?
Not... I wouldn't say the 3D was great on a lot of them. You know, things like 7, you look at it, and you can barely tell what it is that you're meant to be looking at.
Woof! Woof!
And then you get this huge jump up to the PS2, and things suddenly start looking like they're meant to look like. I mean, admittedly, you look back on stuff now, and it's not so great, but just the difference of it.
The jump was crazy.
The jump was silly. For PS3, I'd probably say something like Eye of Judgment. I'd quite happily sit and play Eye of Judgment all the fucking time.
You love that game.
Love that game.
I don't want to die to this guy, but I might. Oh god, there's so many of them.
No, I lied. Folklore was PS3. I said Folklore PS2.
There's so many. Oh god, Laura.
Yeah, I know. Can you not bomb them?
I was just thinking that. Does reasonable damage actually. It's not so much the boss I'm worried about, it's these guys.
What was it saying?
Because there's so many of them. I might have run them out, though. Folklore on PS3, then, really?
Yes, because that's what I...
Uh-oh.
When I bought my PS3...
Oh, no!
It was the first Christmas I started working again.
Mm. Oh, Laura, I used up my Shame and Bone Blade for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And...
Sorry, everyone. I was too scared.
And originally it came with Resistance and Motorstorm.
Oh, yeah. Motorstorm was rad.
But because I kind of worked for game and...
It came with other games instead, didn't it?
Yeah, it suddenly came with other games. So I ended up with Eye of Judgment and Folklore.
Was Eye of Judgment really that close to launch? Oh, I suppose you bought it later, didn't you?
Yeah, no, my console wasn't... Because originally, when we got the PS3, or you got the PS3, we were at uni. And I only got one after we left uni.
True.
Because I wanted one.
True. Oh, I've done this wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say there's less that I can think of on PS3 that I'm like, oh my god, there's actually... Things like Little Big Planet, again, was completely different when it first came out. You're like, oh, this is, awesome.
Woof, woof, woof. Did you see how much damage I just took there?
I mean, obviously, we're forgetting about the PSP.
Yeah.
Because, again, earlier I was quite tempted actually to grab the PSP out because I got up early with Violet and I wanted to give her something to watch, play, whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I looked over at, around the room, like on the mantelpiece.
There we go. That's what's supposed to happen.
We've got some Lokoroko figures. So I'm like, oh, what about Lokoroko? Lokoroko's really bright and colourful and fun. So I found a Let's Play of it with no commentary.
Yeah.
And we sat there for about half an hour while she just watched Lokoroko and she found that quite fun. So I'm quite tempted. I was like, oh, actually, I could play Lokoroko again.
Yeah.
I love Lokoroko.
So
I was quite tempted actually to get the remake on on PS4 so that we could sit and she could play it because it's only got 3 buttons.
Mm.
You've got the 2 shoulder buttons.
And you say we play it, you mean we'll play it and she'll just watch and pretend?
No. I was gonna give her have her on my lap with the controller.
You're gonna make her touch my DualShocks.
And she could press the button.
They're my things.
She was doing it earlier to Dragon Quest Builders.
I really don't.
She was doing the analog sticks. Nothing much was happening because she was pressing too many buttons at once. But yeah, she was quite enjoying that. I think she understands that doing the sticks does stuff.
Yeah. So I'm just enjoying running around looking at the floor. Look at these weird flowers.
So yeah, I'd probably say Eye of Judgment or PS3.
Okay.
Like I said, a Vita. It's probably little Lokoroko and actually Little Big Planet.
On the Vita?
On the Vita.
Lokoroko's not on the Vita.
No, sorry, not Vita, PSP.
Okay.
But yeah, Little Big.
The Little Big on the Vita, Little Big.
On the PSP actually was really good because probably the worst thing about the original Little Big was the snapping between levels because it's got that 3 different depths to its levels. Your front, your foreground, your middle ground, and your background.
Yeah.
You kind of jump between.
And you flip between.
On
them.
the PSP version, there was only 2. So that kind of flicking around was way better because you didn't have this kind of, oh, I've gone onto the wrong bit type thing. But you still had all the other stuff. So I really liked it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
PS4.
Just say Dragon Quest Builders and be done with it.
Probably, yeah. I can't think of much else that I'm like, oh yeah, I really like that.
No, Dragon Quest Builders is your whole...
It is my whole life, unfortunately.
These days, anyway. That's fine. It's a good game. I can't remember what that lantern's called.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else on the page. Oh, 15.
Final Fantasy 15. Oh, yeah.
Again, that's probably something else that I put in, like, stupid amount of hours.
It was near 120. I checked.
Unfortunately, I say I really like the first half of the game.
You say first half, you mean first 3 quarters? Because everyone spends
Pretty
forever.
much. By the time you get to the Water City, it starts crapping itself.
Yeah, you didn't like the waters. I quite enjoyed it, but you didn't.
I didn't mind the Water City, but it suddenly then got to a bit where it's like, right, we are doing storyline now. You don't get to run around anymore, we're doing storyline.
Yeah.
And then it just really funneled itself in and started doing the whole kind of mystical bullshit that it kind of gets a bit wound up about.
I hate to cut you off, Laura.
What?
But we're about to make good on a promise I made to you. Probably in episode 1 or 2.
What was what?
Right? So, remember we were throwing pebbles at things and they were breaking?
Yes! Come on, give!
I don't know if this is going to work.
Give!
Here we go. Oh, you want to do it?
No, you said I could.
You want to do it?
You promised I could do
Okay,
it.
so you're right. You lined
promised,
up.
You promised?
Here's the controller carefully, and it is square.
Square?
Ready?
Oh! No, there's still more mirror. But window.
Wait, no, I think it's a
Oh.
line up properly. Okay, that should do it. No.
Ah, boo!
Let's just double check. Yeah, okay, it's fine.
Oh,
hey,
it's
look,
only
Laura.
that side bit.
It's a gooey man.
No idea what we're talking about.
Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, 15.
Water City.
It suddenly starts getting really kind of mystic and all this crappy, and then just.
I can put the pebbles back away now. I don't need them anymore.
Kind of had the reverse problem that 13 had. Not 13.
Ooh.
Yes, 13 had. Where 13 was really, really linear, and then you got to the big open bit with all the animals, and that was fantastic. Whereas 15, you got the really big open bit to begin with, and you can do whatever you want, and it's great. And your story, you're just doing your bromance, and it's cool. And then you got, to do all this story crap that's rubbish.
Rubbish.
Yeah.
So, do you recognise where we are?
Yes, that was where you beat something with a skull. The
Laura?
Flappy Beast. Was it the Flappy Beast?
Something with the skull.
Was it the Flappy Beast?
No, this is Amelia.
Oh.
Big wolf that I burned. The first one, because that over there, that's the altar that you touch.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
prove
yeah.
forward.
There's a
And
skull on there.
There's the stairways.
That you touch.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
The Flappy Beast was. Oh, hello. I didn't know you were here. So there's 2 of these dudes here that just hang out and get in the way of the next boss. I need to just check my items real quick because I'm not ready for this.
I'd quite happily play the beginning bit of 15 again, but like I said, the end kind of just ruined it.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't really think of much else I've played on the PS5. 4.
4. It was Dragon Quest Builders and Final Fantasy 15. That was the one she did, wasn't it?
Like,
there is a friend here. I'm not going to bother just yet. Laura. Damien of Mensis. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the PS5 games.
You didn't play any. And
I
hey,
don't think I genuinely don't think there's
Laura.
much I've even.
Laura, look.
What?
It's the Altar of Despair.
Oh yeah.
Look at this Dark Souls 3 area.
Yeah.
So, do you want to tell everyone the trivia about this enemy?
Right. So the first time you came in, you're like, "Oh, hey, a monster," and you thought that its bum was its head, and I'm like, "No, that's not its head. The other end's its head." You're like, "No."
So I hit what I thought was its face, which turned out to be its ass. This is a Boreatus, who won't actually fight you until you start. And then look at that! Look at that! It's a rom.
Ooh.
The rom head. Candles all stuck in it. So this is the face. This is just look at this horrible thing.
See that.
It's wings.
If your bum looks like that, you need to go to a doctor.
Yeah. So, what do you reckon to start with?
You
those
can
little
get creams for those
frogs,
kind of hemorrhoids.
Those little frogs haven't crawled in if they know. Get the camera out, have a better look.
What?
Just wanna have a look at this thing before we. It's the one good chance you get to have a look at it.
The thing is, like the arms, the way they fold in towards that end.
It's all tentacly. I don't like. Look at this face. Look at these tubes.
It looks like something like a sea anemone.
Yeah, this thing lives underwater, which is ironic given that, you know, bloodborne. So I can start this thing off two ways.
How about the way that's going to make you win? Oh no.
I'm going to start off the way I want to start off, actually. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be any better. I'm going to heal up. I'm going to pop a bone marrow ash on. And I think I'm going to get the bolt paper ready.
Go on then.
And yeah, get some good damage in here.
It's not awake yet.
Oh, come on! I should heal. This is a Briatus, and it's not going to be fun. Uh-oh. Especially not with standing in the corner. Right, okay. The flamethrower did not work. Woofed! That's one of the bad ones that can really do.
As much as I think the design's creepy and icky looking, I think this is a much better designed monster than a lot of the others.
It's creepy and
yuck. It looks like a monster as opposed to just things squished together.
Oh, it is a full-on monster.
Like, yeah, but you know what I mean, though, because they're very lazy with a lot of their monsters.
People are going to be upset with you again.
I don't care if they're upset with. They're too busy being butthurt over the fact that you gypped all those other bosses.
People were impressed and angry.
And angry.
Both things.
Both things. We got any more questions?
Well, I haven't given my answer.
Well, you
yet.
give your answers then.
Is it dead? Okay. Let me get rid of these two enemies.
I mean, I can probably guess at least 2 of your earlier answers.
Okay.
So for the PS1, it's gonna be Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid 1? Yeah, of course it is.
For the PS2,
It's my favourite game ever.
it's gonna be Metal Gear 3.
I actually prefer 2 to 3.
Really?
Yeah.
It's still gonna be Metal Gear.
I do love Final Fantasy X though. And I do think Guitar Hero was way ahead of its time as well. Like, that thing was crazy. Like, there's a lot of games on the PS2 that, like you say, I think are amazing. I mean, Final Fantasy X was so weird. I did love it.
I mean, even the Mystic Ball shit in 10 wasn't too far, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They kind of explained it a little bit at a time as you went through the game.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of like 13 and 15, you suddenly get to a point and it kicks in and it's like, right, now this is the shit that's going on. And you're like, what? What's going 15. At one point, you end up getting sucked into a ball of energy, and then you're in space talking to Bahamut, and then apparently you've been in a coma for 15 years.
Yeah, it's fine.
What? What season?
Woofed! Am I still alive? I'm still alive. No, I'm not. I didn't realise that was an attack. I thought it was just reacting to me hitting it. I didn't think it was hitting me there. Oops. So yeah, I think 2. I'm going to say Final Fantasy X. It's what my gut says. Right. I do love the Metal Gear 2 and 3. I think they're both really, really good games.
Again, there's quite a lot like that just were really good, like impactful games. Like, I'm not really a big racing person, but GT3 on the PS2, just like I played loads of that because it was just so good.
You did. You loved that thing.
You know, Tekken Tag was like, having that as a launch title was amazing.
God, yeah.
Again, looks so good. There was just so much more that you seem to be able to do, and then they seem to try with the PS2.
These days you get...
I know it was, you know, the probably the era of shovelware. But it didn't matter because everything tried something new.
Yeah, it was experimental. I think you don't really get that. You get a lot of indies, but like, I wouldn't say they're the same thing. Right, let's try this one more time. So yeah, I'm gonna think about the PS3 while I lose this.
Okay.
So she does take more damage in the face.
Okay.
The problem is
that she's looking at you.
Ow!
Like that.
I wonder.
Can you?
What? That was one hit. That was. This isn't a fight I have to do.
Yeah.
I'm just experimenting with it while we've got a bit of time.
Again, PS2, PS3 is where I think there's a lot more kind of things that kind of kicked in as like, this is really... PS2, again, Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Like, the first one, again, was so different.
Weird, doesn't it?
Ico. Again, just something completely different.
Yeah.
PS3
is hard, because I've lived on that machine. And like... I mean... The cheat answer is like Dark Souls, isn't it? I think. Because, I mean, it is. Maybe.
I mean, it's not Play TV.
Probably most hours spent. Let's be fair. Play TV was the TV Freeview box, which we got that plugs in and turns the PS3 into a TV. It was
really good. I know we got it free, but it was really good and useful.
I would say I did love the original Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
A lot. That was right up there. But then again, on PS3, you know, I'm a Metal Gear Solid 4 liker. I thought that game was impeccable. Loved it. Fuck it, let's bring a friend.
I think...
Bring Damien.
Obviously... I know there were quite... some people thought there were certain bits that were quite slow. And a lot of the cutscenes were very long.
Yeah.
But I think... It wasn't meant to be the... I think it suited... what was happening with the characters.
Yeah. Come on, Damien.
You know, he's old.
Oh, look at Damien.
He's old and
he's got a shield.
Battered by this point, and slow, and his cutscenes are slow and talky, and So I think, you know, it's not the high octane action game.
No.
Because that's not what Snake is anymore. And as someone that hadn't necessarily...
What the fuck?
Up until that point, followed a lot of the games, I think it did a very good job of filling in a lot of the details.
Yeah. Sorry, I was trying to work out what the hell he was doing there. That was weird. One more run?
Yeah.
Yeah, one more run. I'm not seriously trying this one this time.
Yeah,
I'm just
I know a lot of people were like, oh, it's too much and blah, blah, blah. But no, I think that a lot of it was filled in nicely. Yeah, I know people like 5, but I think 5 really left more questions than it answered.
5 had some problems. It was the best playing one, but the worst story.
Oh yeah.
I think by quite a long way.
I think they could have quite easily done it without having anything to do with Liquid and Psycho Mantis.
The fact that,
and it would have worked fine.
Yeah, spoilers, but the fact that they made it so that the beginning of Metal Gear 1 and 2, like the early ones, now make sense. Because they don't. There's a couple of huge plot holes, and this explains those huge plot holes. It's like, okay, this was a lot of hoops to go around to explain that one plot hole, you know what I mean? Like, it was a lot to do, and I thought it was cool. I liked playing it a lot. I don't think I'd play it again, because I played lots of it. But just the villains just weren't as interesting. Skullface is nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't like him at all.
I think there was quite a few sections that...
Damien, let's go.
You had to play in a specific way or it didn't work so well.
Damien.
They had to be very particularly stealth.
Damien! Christ, I was going to say, is Damien just taking hits already? Yeah.
So yeah, it was... yeah, it wasn't his best work, is it?
No. What? No, stop it. What the fuck already?
I mean, I'd probably
Laura, my friend is dead. What? My friend is dead.
I think the other thing is like the PS2 and PS3 kind of starts transforming how like games are. Like when you think back on PS1 one and earlier, if you think RPGs, they are you know, level grinders, normally pixel overworld map. You know, when you start getting to late PS2 and the PS3 is when you start actually being able to be like involved in the world.
Yeah, you're a character, and the world has character.
Again, that's what one of the things I really like about Final Fantasy 12 is that you can run through the world. You can literally, for the most part, run from one end of the map to the other end. Just going through these areas, you know, you can see the monsters. If you don't want to fight the monster, you go around the monster. You know, that was a pretty big thing.
Being able to not fight a thing.
So yeah, watching
and not just every 10 seconds.
That kind of evolution of the game, like, changing. And then it also changed, like, how many hours you start putting into these games. Because they're not just hard for the sake of making the game long. They start having, like, difficulty options and things like that, so that it's conversation trees. Things like that start becoming, like, common.
Yeah. Romance. You can shag everyone now. God, what do I like on PS4?
PS4?
Favourite game on PS4? Let's go with Metal Gear Solid 4 on PS3. No.
That's it, I tell you
let's
what.
say Dark Souls, because that is obviously correct.
Like, it's... I don't know if it's PS4, actually.
What is?
What's The Witcher on?
PS4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which case then? Witcher. I quite like The Witcher.
Good. I will say, I loved original Destiny. A lot. Fuck it, let's really go big balls on this one.
I understand that you liked it, but as someone that was watching, it was boring as fuck.
Yeah, I get that.
Because the story stuff's really interesting. But it's so far apart. And then just watching you level grind the same area. I mean, I know you say I do it on certain things, but it was like the same area repeatedly. And you're like, nothing in this changes. Nothing is different. And what are you doing it for? To get, hopefully, a drop from a gun, maybe. If you're lucky, maybe.
The thing about it is it was really fun to play. Whoosh. I am in the wrong place. I don't need to be here.
I always thought, I know this is how they set that work. It's a shame they never had a story mode for Destiny.
I mean, they did. It's called the story missions.
Yeah, but like, I mean, like...
Are you saying like a...
Fully just like, you can play by yourself and go.
Oh! I got caught in a corner.
Because like, I think
that was going better.
That's when you always kind of trumped out of the Destinies, is when you started getting to bits where you needed other people's help to progress.
I mean, because Destiny 1 we played so much, like it was the game that we played every night for like a year.
Yeah.
And we were up to date with the expansions. We were saying fairly up to date with it, I would say, until about the Rise of Iron expansion, which was like the second or third huge one that came out. I'd say we kept pretty up to date, and I think we did well keeping up as well as we did. But I definitely got to a point with Destiny where the paying for extra expansion side of things and what they've done now, where they've vaulted old content. 4 of the planets aren't there anymore, like on Destiny 2.
See,
and I've talked about this in the podcast with CJ and James Carter many times, for a long time, sorry, about this, how much it upsets me that content can be just removed like that, and it really leaves a sore feeling in my throat when that happens.
You're not taking the guy?
No, I'm going to try my own again. I'm going to try what I did.
It seems a shame that they can't work out a system that you could just like download a planet at a time.
There is a
and
system.
Not have to get rid of anything.
Yeah, there is a system. It's called the game is bloat. I am not strong enough. You look at the damage I'm doing.
I mean, it probably says a lot about the state of games at the moment. it's better for them to basically ignore the idea of
Ow.
having a physical disc or updating a game like to a new game, and just continue with what they're doing. It's now a service as opposed to a game.
Yeah, if they'd have made a Destiny 3, people would have bought it. Like, I don't know why they're scared of that. The fact the game's gone. Shit, that I could put my Destiny 2 disc in, and half the stuff that I had isn't there anymore. You know, it's not there. I'm missing content that I've paid for. It's gone now. I hate it. I don't like it at all. I'm going to give up on this for the moment.
Okay.
I don't need to do it.
Yeah.
There's no need. I just thought I'd have a few runs at it while I'm, practicing. I don't have the right kind of gems on my weapon yet, so it's not quite as strong as it could be. We're going to go hit up the Nightmare, I think, because that's where we hit our next power boost.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I did terribly there. I had a couple of decent runs there, but I wouldn't say I've got the feel of it yet.
Yeah, no, it didn't seem to be clicking.
And I used up a lot of consumables doing that as well, so I need to think about that. So, thanks everyone for watching. PSP Grip Shift racing game where you could build tracks like electric tracks, but in space, and you jump and
you played the fuck out. Was it Tekken 5?
Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection as well. But Grip Shift was my favourite PSP game. And my favourite Vita game. Ooh, if we discount anything that appeared on other machines, like Spelunky and Binding of Isaac and Rogue Legacy, which I played across all the other ones. Oh god, no! I'm gonna say
William Blitz.
Fucking hell! Really?
I haven't really played much on your Vita.
No, a lot of what I played was digital as well. Yeah, I think Vita. Oh god, that's probably has to be Rogue Legacy, because that's where I played it. That's the exclusive where I played it. Rogue Legacy was fantastic on the Vita. Worked really well. That was the period where every indie game was coming to Vita, and I loved it. And then the Switch came out, and it stopped happening, and I was very sad.
Yeah.
Damn you, Nintendo! You ruin everything I like. Thanks for watching. Paddy didn't quite kill a monster. We're not going to try it again next episode, but we got this. We got the emissary down. We got this nice little place that we're going to take a quick rest in, and we're going to go somewhere else on the next one. Any final thoughts, Laura?
Nah.
Goodbye.
Bye.